All right, guys. So today we're gonna do our quick recap. Today we traded three stocks. Momentum has definitely slowed down. There was a little bit of opportunities to make money, but it was very choppy. The one that I thought was gonna fail out of the gates, it made a huge move, which was very impressive. Uh, Unfortunately, I missed out on that. I didn't get in it, and I believe that was the problem from the begin with. I missed it, and I had FOMO, which is called fear of missing out. So we'll start off with Hoth, Hoth, HOTH. That was the first trade of the day. We traded Hoth at we're watching it. Let's see. It was down here at 315 when it started to move up, a break of VWAP. So it broke VWAP, it came up here to 350, up to this level. It halted. It halted right there for a total of 5 minutes. And then, so it made a move up after the halt. Usually, if they halt going up, they'll make another move higher. So this stock resumed at 385, which is right here. Resumed at 385, made a move up to 415, and then it pulled back. And as it was pulling back, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna get in this thing on this dip buy. So it pulled back and it hit $4. So I got in $4. Unfortunately, as yesterday, the day before yesterday, dip buys are not working, and I just threw that rule out the window. I went ahead and got in. I got in at $4, and it failed. They just couldn't break that level again. On a hot market, it would have dipped, hit $4, and made a move higher, past 415, up to the next move higher, next level of resistance. But in this case, it failed. It stopped me out. It almost halted going down at 354, came all the way down here, so almost 50 cents for my entry. And I ended up stopping out down here, 354. This orange candle, it recovered and it came back up to 387. So on this dip buy, it would have worked, but again, there's a high chance that it wasn't going to work. So I decided not to add and just cut my losses. Made a move up to 385, 387, this level here, and then just kind of faded out through the day. And that was my first trade of the day. I hesitated on this move here, and right out of the resumption, I hesitated as well. I could have jumped in there for a break of $4, but I hesitated on it, and that cost me. So that was that trade, and then the next trade was on MESO. This trade, or this stock right here, was the one that made the nice move out of the gates. Unfortunately, I was kind of thinking, okay, yesterday, these stocks are a little bit more expensive. Yesterday out of the gates, the momentum wasn't there. It was just slow and choppy. So I was like, well, I'm going to hold off on it. So I did not trade. I did not take this trade. But here, I'll show you how clean it was. So here, a break of $16, this level pre-market high. So this would have been your entry, if it's $16. So this thing right here, I was watching it. I did not trade it, but I was watching it. I'm gonna go over it anyways because it's a good setup. So it opened out of the gates. It dipped down all the way to $15. So I saw green volume coming in. So this thing dipped. I saw green volume coming in, and as it was recovering, I was like around 40. I was like, this is an excellent entry, but I was afraid that I was gonna buy there at 40, and then it was gonna dip down to 15 and just keep going down. So I hesitated and I did not get in it. I'll show you on the 1 minute chart. Might be able to see it more clean. Now it's straight up. So yeah, I mean, it came down to 15, curled up, around 1540, 1550. Seen that green volume coming in. It shot up. It halted up here at 1717 for 5 minutes. It resumed from the halt. Made a move up to $19. Crazy strong. Well, I held off. I was like, no, this thing is too expensive. With my luck, I buy up here and it'll come all the way down $2 a share. So I was like, I'm gonna hold off and wait for a dip. There goes my thinking. I had said in the morning, no dip buys, and here I go buying a dip buy. So this thing had hit a high of 2050, and then it turned around, came all the way down. So I was like, okay, well, this is an exaggerated dip. I'm gonna take this buy. I'm gonna take this position. So I hit a low of 1683. I got in here on this orange candle, orange arrow. It halted. I did not expect it to halt going down. So it halted just like yesterday. I was in a halt going down, which is if they halt going down, they usually keep going down. So this stock, it opened at $16. So I got in at 1683 and it resumed at $16. So 83 cents from my entry. So there it continued to dip down to 1578 all the way down here, and on the turnaround turned around and it made a move all the way back up to 1750. So that would have been a nice little trade. Unfortunately, I was in here and I was just trying to manage my loss, so I got some out here on this arrow. I sold half my position there, and then the other half I sold down here, and because I wasn't able to get any shares filled up here on this level, it just momentarily spiked up here. So that was that trade. Unfortunately, it wasn't a very clean trade. It was a loss. I did manage to trade with small share size though. And then the last trade of the day was on MDGS. This stock we were watching in pre-market. It had a nice double top here. Came up from 150 up to 3, pulled back to VWAP, came up to 310. Double top, came back, broke VWAP, came up to VWAP. So I was kind of watching it here. I was like, okay, well this stock might set up for an entry here at 261 for a move up to 309. So nice 50-cent move. But it didn't work. It just failed out of the gates. And it ended up turning around here around 10 o'clock in the morning. It turned around, it broke VWAP nicely with strength. Broke VWAP here around 240. So this seems to be the setup that's been working now, the VWAP break. So we'll keep an eye on that. So 240, broke 240 up to 280 up here. Kept going higher up to 290, pulled back. Here's a 1 minute pullback. High of this candle is 275. That would be the entry on the next candle, 275 up to a move of 342, which is up here. Now, this is the way I traded this one. I did not get in on this. I'll show you on the 1 minute. As you can see, it'll break it down in more detail. Okay, so it made the move up to 290, pulled back, made another move higher, 290 double top, pulled back, made another move up to 320, pulled back. So this is the 1 minute candle to make it high. This would have been an entry here around 315. A break of that up to 330, from 330 another candle to make it high up to 340. I got in on this candle to make it high 339. I got in on this red candle. So I was expecting this level to break 340, go to 350, potentially up to 360 and sell up here. But no, I got in at 340. Right away we saw resistance up here at 340. It could not break that level, hit 342. It came back down. I was came down momentarily and it had a little dip, and then whenever it spiked up again, I sold at around 337. My entry was 339. sold around 337, and then it just flushed. It dropped down hard down to 320. So at 320 is whenever I said, okay, this is, I'm gonna cut my loss here. I don't want it to keep going down. Next resistance, next support level was 310, so I didn't want to lose an extra 10 cents. Stopped out at 320 and moved on. I just cut my losses, ended the trade on that one. Ended up going back up to 340. So again, choppiness, not very clean action. So that was those are my 3 trades for the day. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thank you.